My cell phone had a little accident. I can't live without it like so many people. I'm a complete phone junkie. Unfortunately, the insurance company wouldn't pay out for a new one due to its age. So they offered me a refurbished handset. I wanted to tell them to get stuffed, but as I said, I needed a phone and I couldn't currently afford a new handset. It was the same make and model and it was in good condition, only a crack on the case, and it seemed to work perfectly well. No issues with it. But then a few weeks down the line, I received a very odd message. Your payment of 1.5 Bitcoin has been accepted. Your membership has been automatically renewed. Please await further details about our next event. The message was from Admin 1. I had no idea what this was about. Maybe it was something to do with the phone's previous owner. I don't know. I was a bit surprised of the Bitcoin reference and thought nothing of it until a week later. I got another text message. Congratulations, user 13666. As a founding member and subscriber to our unique service, your loyalty and support have been recognized and is appreciated by our administration. Please refer to the email previously sent to you for full instructions. Remember, it's red or black. Please text all replies to 71313. Okay, this was starting to get a bit creepy now. It's got to be a mistake. I hadn't received any kind of weird emails, so these text messages made no sense whatsoever. Then I got this one. Well, user 1366, venue, red or black? ? What the hell is this, I thought. Then the message continued. The rest of the room is waiting, user 13666, red or black? ? Oh, whatever, red, I texted back. Good choice, came the immediate response. My phone pinged indicating I had received a picture and I opened it. A house on a street, normal house, normal street, so what, whatever. Room, red or black, came another message. Black. And then I received another picture message almost immediately. A door in a house. On the door, illuminated by a torchlight, was one of those joke biohazard posters, and it was clear we were outside a bedroom. Another message. Take red or black? Oh, wait a minute. No. Hang on a minute. I texted back. No way. I don't know what the hell you guys are into, but count me out of this. And then I received a new text. Take red or black? And then I sent my final text. I'm out of here. Goodbye. Then a new text came in. Take red or black? We need an answer. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Forget it, mate, I thought to myself. I ignored it and then another text came in. User 13666, I must admit I am surprised at this attitude. You've always been such a vocal and enthusiastic participant. As much as I enjoy this wordplay, time is pressing. I didn't answer it, I ignored it. Then another message. We are still waiting. I didn't answer. Ping, a video received on my phone. Look, I know I should have deleted it, but I didn't. I opened it. Jesus Christ, the video started outside the biohazard room. Then, still illuminated by torchlight, a black gloved hand pushed open the door and moved inside to what was clearly someone's bedroom. I watched in mounting horror as the light panned around the room, lighting up a computer, an Xbox One X and gaming chair, a couple of open suitcases spewing out clothes, bedroom walls covered in cars, horror film posters and half-naked women, and amongst the general untidiness was a figure lying on the bed at one end of the room. I reckon it must have been a young man in his 20s lying on his stomach in deep sleep. And his features looked almost childlike because he was in that resting zone. Suddenly a huge black figure came into view on the far side of the bed. The figure reached out slowly and pulled back the duvet, revealing the figure sprawled like a puppy. One black-clad hand started to move down towards the still figure, and then I saw a knife suddenly appearing, and then the clip stopped. Choked up on the horror, the disbelief on what I had just seen. There was no question about what was going to happen to that poor kid. I just held back the bile rising in my throat, and with shaking hands I saved the clips and texts. It's evidence. I've got evidence now. 10 minutes later, my phone pinged again. Well, user 13666. We appear to have a fox in our hen house. Tonight's event had to be ended prematurely due to you. Other paid-up subscribers are now demanding recompense for their lost evening of entertainment, and I am inclined to agree with them. I immediately sent a text saying, "What have you done to him?" And then the response, "Let's just say he is on ice for future engagements." And with that message there was a picture which showed a ruffled empty bed and a large dark red stain. Then another message came in. Disgruntled subscriber user 86066 was most put out by this evening and had informed me of some rather unusual talents she has. I will be utilising them to deal with you. My finger was tapping back so fast I said, "I have no idea who you are or what the hell is going on. This has got to stop now." Or what, user 13666? I hope the phrase, "or I will be informing the authorities," is not about to appear in this conversation. Just to ensure it does not, please read the next text very carefully. My brain went numb. What the hell was going on? What the hell was I going to do? I sat on the sofa. I was paralysed by what I had just witnessed. I lost track of time as my brain tried to process all of what was going on. Was this just one of my mates winding me up? Was this some kind of prank? Was this one giant joke on me? I think it was about an hour went by and I just decided to call the police. If it was a joke, it's not funny. I think it's tasteless and it's harassment. I reached for my cell phone. I was about to call the police. Ping. No. What now? Who's this? I opened it. It was a group text. Greetings to all Red or Black subscribers. Please accept the most humblest apologies from our administration for the disruption to our scheduled event. However, we now have a little something lined up for you to compensate. I continued to read in disbelief, and as I was scrolling down this text message, I was confronted with my full name, my date of birth, my social security number, my home address, my IP address, even my bank details and the names of the schools and university I attended. And it went on and on and on, details about my private life, until at the bottom it said, in capital letters, "Red or Black?" ? Before I even knew what I was doing, I was calling 911. It kept ringing and no reply. And then it cut off as I received another text. "I warned you about the talent we have in the group. Amazing what you can find out with just a cell phone number and a bit of hacking knowledge. Whatever, you have just made things even more interesting. Look who else we found." I was suddenly scrolling through all the personal information about me and then, oh my God, my girlfriend who was away at college. The colour drained from my cheeks at the realisation. Then another group text. "Shall we mix it up a bit, boys and girls, Red or Black?" Text reply, "Black." A photo popped up, external, of my girlfriend's college building. "Pay her a visit, Red or Black?" Text response, "Red." Another photo, the closed door of my girlfriend's room. Her door number was illuminated by torchlight. "Knock, Red or Black?" Another immediate text reply, "Red." Video footage started. In torchlight I see a long thin blade sliding down the crack of her door, and then the lock clicked quietly open. The illumination switched to night vision and the room was swamped in green. The camera moved forward, approaching the bed on the right-hand side, and I can see my girlfriend twisted up in her blanket like a kitten fast asleep. The camera then came to a stop. Her sleeping face filled the frame, and then a black-gloved hand came into view and the clip ended. "Shall we wake her up, Red or Black?" Someone in the group texted the reply, "Black." The video clip kicked in again. Green night vision. Close up I see my girlfriend stirring before she's fully awake. Then two large black figures storm into the shot. They muffle her screams and then they deliberately turn her head into the camera. I can see her eyes bulging, staring straight into mine. A text appeared. Shall we give yous a 13666 a ringside seat to see in close up what we are going to do to his lovely girlfriend, boys and girls, red or black? The group texted the reply, red. A photo was immediately sent to me. Oh my god, it's an external shot of my house. I was a real junkie for the latest technology. Tablets, laptops, GoPros, cameras, everything wireless. But cell phones were my total passion. I always had to get the latest model. Luckily my work, being self-employed, working in software, blah blah blah, gave me enough cash to upgrade and spend my time to follow another passion. Urban exploration. That's what I love doing. I would also love to creep into all manner of abandoned properties like schools, hospitals, manor houses, office blocks. I even found a long abandoned abattoir, and that was a real treat. I would take my latest geek gadgets, a couple of like-minded mates, and film all our little adventures. Mostly it will be exploring and recording the level of destruction and decay and vandalism. And we always had to be careful because apart from the obvious structural issues of rotting floorboards, collapsing ceilings and exposed wiring, we had the odd run-in with the homeless and the crackheads where we had to make a hasty retreat at the risk of considerable physical damage to ourselves. So apart from the odd twisted ankle and a few cuts and bruises and a couple of close shaves, we would normally come away from our exploring relatively unscathed. I want to make this point, we weren't ghost hunters as such. Me, I'm what you would pretty much call an open-minded skeptic. And the majority of what we would do was just to record our surroundings, not specifically for phenomena, but when we did catch something, most of the bangs, door opening, closing, dragging noises, footsteps, etc. could be explained away by the poor condition of the building we were in, or drafts, changing air pressure, and other people doing God knows what also in the building. So I just bought myself a little treat, a little full HD night vision camcorder, and I was itching for an opportunity to test it out. And one of my mates suggested visiting what had been a derelict farmhouse on the edge of the moors. It was about 10 miles away, and despite its ruinous state, there was no particular bad legends associated with the place, just a sense of oddness. It had a reputation to be situated on the highway of the dead, and I guess that ramped up its oddness, or maybe it didn't. The house situated on this farm was easily a good couple of 100 years old, so it would have had generations of births, life and death happened within its stone walls. And look, it doesn't mean it's haunted, but there was one confirmed death there though. One of its former occupants, an old geezer, he'd lived there by himself, and the guy lived there like a hermit for 10 years prior to his death. And then his corpse lay undiscovered, melting quietly into his living room carpet for a further 6 months. And you can imagine no one wanted to live there after that, and none of the relatives could stomach it. And you know what, it would have cost a fortune to renovate it. It just wasn't worth it. So there the house lay, rotting and falling away, just as its last owner had done inside. So the following Friday we made plans to explore the property, 3 of us, myself and my 2 mates, Adam and Ben. We packed up the car with various pieces of equipment after making sure everything's fully charged, and into the night we went. The property stood in relative isolation, so I knew the chances of running into anyone else, good or bad, were pretty slim. So the chance of being discovered or chased off were minimal. All was good. We parked up and switched off the radio. I remember the radio being on because it was in the middle of a news report about some missing girl, and then we just got our gear together from the car. Lovingly, I opened up the case containing my new camcorder set to night vision, and the world immediately switched to black and white. We walked up this overgrown weed-choked path, and we were looking for some entrance to the building. The windows and the front door had been boarded up, but on going round the back, there was a window on which the boards had been partially removed. Bingo! I entered cautiously, trying to avoid broken glass and a potential trip to casualty. The stench of damp and decay immediately assaulted my nostrils, but with my new toy I could see perfectly as we wandered from room to room, taking in the sad, lonely remnants of an old man's existence. The place was a mess. It had the look of being partially ransacked, drawers and cupboards opened, stacks of letters everywhere. And you know what I thought? I bet it was the poor guy's relatives that ransacked his home, looking for a will or something valuable. But the upstairs was in total overgrown derelict chaos due to a partial roof collapse that even my mate Ben, who we call the Daredevil, declared it too dangerous to explore, and that's quite a big deal coming from him. What's really weird was the front room was surprisingly intact. Maybe it was a large brown stain on the carpet that put anyone off from spending any time in there. I pulled out my cell phone and started taking photographs, allowing the flash to totally illuminate the room. And Adam suddenly called me to the kitchen, and after a couple of more photos, I went to see what he had found, and I was actually taking photos as I came into the room. He stood and pointed to the corner of the room. "Want to look in the cellar?" he said to me. The cellar door was slightly open, and the smell of rot and mouldy decay was even stronger wafting out, and I gagged and coughed. No, ma'am. I'm good, thanks. I think we'd better give that one a miss. We didn't bring the respirators, and I certainly don't want to breathe in that stink. A sense of unease was starting to grow in my mind. "I think I've seen enough here," I said. "Cool, I'll get Ben," Adam said, and I can see his relief was obvious. The place had started to get him too. As he left the room, I took a few more pictures in the kitchen, then stopped to look at some of the photos I had just taken. Swipe. Oh my God. I got to the photographs of the front room, and instead of an empty room, I had captured what looked like a crime scene. A camera burst of 15 photos had caught the image of an old man lying down flat, but his face was turned to me in the middle of the room. With each simultaneous image, the corpse bloated, blackened, and then melted. And then he vanished. It was like some bad stop-motion animation. And then looking at the photos of the kitchen I had just taken, I nearly dropped the bloody thing. Sat at the kitchen table next to our pile of bags and equipment was the same old man I had seen in the front room staring blankly ahead. I'm telling you now, the room had been totally empty apart from myself. The next photo showed him staring straight at the camera with filmy white eyes. The next one showed his mouth open and arm raised, pointing to the corner of the room with the cellar door. Second photo, same face, same pose. My terrified reaction brought my mates in the room. "Jesus Christ, what the hell's wrong?" said Ben. I didn't say anything to him. I didn't know what to say. I just handed my phone over. Whilst Ben swore loudly, Adam said, "Have you checked the camcorder?" I shook my head. No. Ben picked it up quickly and started to review the footage. And after a minute or two, he looked up. "Nothing there, man. Absolutely nothing. Room's all empty apart from us." Then we all looked around at each other with some collective shudder, and I said, "I'm out of here." As we quickly got our gear and climbed out of the way we came in and packed up the car, my phone suddenly vibrated in my pocket. I read, "Bluetooth pairing request, device Jess's phone. Would like to pair with your iPhone. Cancel/pair." Okay, creepy has just gone off the scale. My heart started racing as adrenaline kicked in. Then we all started talking at once. "Oh, pair. I thought we were all alone out here. We are, aren't we? Pair, see what happens." I tapped pair. My phone buzzed almost immediately. I nearly crapped myself. It was a text message. It read, get help, hurt, Jesse Woods, taken, help me, he is coming, please, no, don't let him hurt me, no. Our blood collectively turned to ice. As I messaged back, I was aware of a rapid conversation behind me. "It's that girl, you know, it was on the radio as we drove here, I remember the name." I said to Adam, "What are you talking about?" "Jessica Woods, the missing girl from a month ago, 16-year-old snatched on her way home from school, and she has just Bluetoothed. She's got to be near to here for that." I quickly messaged, "Jessica, where are you?" And then she responded, "It's dark, quiet, it stinks, I'm cold, please." I texted back, "It's alright, I know you are near, I am near, I'll get help." And then she said, "I think it's a cellar. It's really dark and it smells damp. Please help me." I spun around to face the farmhouse again. The cellar, that bloody cellar. He tried to tell us, that old man. The old man was trying to help her. Oh God, that smell from the cellar. Before I knew what was happening, I was sprinting back to the house, throwing myself through the broken window, clattering through to the kitchen and through the open cellar door. I crashed down the stairs using my phone as a torch, and when I reached the bottom of the stairs, my torch abruptly illuminated the area. That's when I saw the chained, crumpled figure in the corner. It was clearly a small female. It didn't move. She was dead for at least a week. The cell phone, her phone, was 2 feet on the floor from her corpse, and it was still illuminated by my last message.